So the question today is, sometimes you might put your fragrance on and you're wondering how come how come you don't smell it, or how come it doesn't last all day. And we're just gonna have a quick conversation on why you might see why those things might be an issue, or why it might happen. Just have a quick conversation. Yes, we got the copa. Sipping on the copa for this quick conversation with you, gentlemen. So to my gentlemen, we're having this quick conversation about why you might not smell your fragrance, or okay, so how come you don't smell it when you spray it, and meaning like no one gives you compliments, or it doesn't last all day long. So let's break it down real quick. So the reason why you might not smell your fragrance. So that also depends on the type of fragrance that it is. So it could be the level of concentration of fragrance that you have, but we're gonna get to that later on. I want to speak mainly about the individual. Gentlemen, we have a thing called body chemistry. We all do. We have it. The ladies have it. And for us, it's a little different. So, to be very basic, our bodies are always trying to push out things that we put in it. So, for example, if we're trying to, our bodies are usually pushing out toxins. So sometimes, some of us knowingly and unknowingly, we put toxins in our body. Now, I gotta get straight to it. So if you're somebody that loves a lot of salt, you love salt, chips, salty foods, salty fast foods. We all love salt. I love me some pizza, you know what I'm saying? I love me some. I'm more of a salt guy regardless as it is. But if you're somebody that eats a lot of salty foods, number one, you're going to be leading to a high blood pressure situation. So you got to make sure that doesn't become something that's kind of crazy. But to break it up and get straight to it. So our body is going to be pushing out the excess sodium that we're taking in. So if you're spraying a fragrance, and pretty much what the fragrance is going to be trying to do, it's going to be masking the scent that's coming out of your body. That's why they call it body odor. The fragrance is going to be trying to mask whatever odor your body just exudes on its own. So think about it. You got your heavy drinker, alcoholic, functioning alcoholic. You got your smoker, heavy smoker, cigarettes, anything. A lot of sugar. You consume a lot of sugar, a lot of salt. Like I said already, a lot of processed foods. Our bodies are always trying to push out stuff that we take in that it doesn't want, stuff that's gonna prevent it from functioning the way that it's supposed to function. So if you think of a person that has all of that stuff going on, and they spray a fragrance, if you lean into one of those categories, the fragrance is going to be working to cover those smells. So the fragrance is going to be mixing with your body odor, and then it's going to in turn make a smell. So if you have that going on in excess, you probably won't even have a smell. You would just be neutral. So that's one thing if you don't smell it. And the second thing, leaning into, so you would say, the concentration of the fragrance. Oh, and no, matter of fact, before we get into that, let's stick with the frame. So in a situation where why doesn't it last all day? So we just went through why you don't smell it, why no one smells it on you, you don't smell it. Now we're leading into why doesn't it last all day, or how long does it last? Now for that, you got to get into the concentration of the fragrance. So with all of the fragrances you have I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I know I'm gonna be butchering it crazy. So you have Fraiche, Fraiche. You have cologne. You have a eau de toilette, and you have a eau de parfum or parfum, or you have a parfum. The different levels of the fragrances tells you is the concentration of oil with alcohol mixture within each level of the fragrance. So for example, the higher the lower you go in concentration, the more oil to alcohol ratio that it has. So if you have the parfum, it's the most amount of oil in it. It's very concentrated. Those fragrances, you don't need that much sprays. You know what I'm saying? One or two, three or four, however many you do, you gotta bring that down because you're gonna light up everything. Everyone's around you is gonna smell it, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But for the guys out there, for my gents out there, who mainly have an issue with you want to smell like the fragrance all day. You want to be able to smell it yourself all day. You want people around you to smell it. You gotta lean more towards parfums and eau de parfums. So, and those are gonna more be in the expensive range. Those are gonna be very expensive. So, if you're like me, if you're like me, you would stick to the toilettes, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't want to still smell like my fragrance when I put it on, and it's 10 to 12 hours later. I'm going to bed. The night is done. All right. If it's 7 o'clock a.m., 6 a.m., and I put a fragrance on, and it's 10 o'clock that same night, I don't want to smell like that anymore. The day is done. Okay. I don't want to put my jacket on and I still smell the fragrance in my jacket. You know, I don't want to lay in my pillow and my pillow smells like it. To me, that is overkill. There's no need for that. However, there's a lot of guys out there that love that. You know, sometimes you might like the smell. So you might get the oil, you might get the candle, then you have the fragrance to spray on yourself because you like the smell. But me, nah, bruh. I don't need to still be smelling like amber and oud 13 hours after I sprayed it. Which is the reason why I like the toilettes. The toilettes, they usually last you about around 2 to 4 hours. If you're somebody that's very clean, you know, you don't smoke, drink, none of that stuff, those things usually last you around 2 to 4 hours. The eau de parfum lasts you around about, I'll say 3 to 6 hours, even to 8 hours. And the parfum, you can forget about it. That thing ain't going away. It is not coming off of you. If you spray it on your clothes, you can forget about it. Detergent ain't doing nothing for you. You can forget about it. And then the real low end, you know, you got cologne, regular cologne. That's why on my channel we do not say cologne. We say fragrances. We say scents. We do not say men's cologne. No, we say fragrances. We say scents. So if you're starting at the base level with the regular cologne, you know, you get you a Nike spray, Adidas cologne, or any one of those like real light colognes you see that most stores would sell, like Target branded cologne. Those really last you like around an hour to 2 hours. And I would say those are actually special for, like, say, if you're going to the doctor, going to the dentist, you know, you're having a professional real up and close with you. A cologne is great, and a frachet is great. If I'm butchering it, it is what it is. You don't want to be, you know, the dentist is doing their thing, you know, you a doctor checking you. You don't want to be smelling up so and they up all on you, a barber, you know, you don't want to be all crazy smelling up the whole place. So those concentrations would be good for you. But I'm curious, guys. It's all of my gents out there. I'm curious to know, what is your fragrance issues? Do you have a problem not getting the fragrance you want to last all day? Do you even smell it? Are you getting compliments? Just let me know let me know how any of you is how you let me know how this is working out for you if you have any issues. And we could just get the conversation started because I just think that all men, no man should have an odor. No man should smell because they have such amazing fragrances out here for all of us to wear. No man should have any kind of funky odor at all. You know what I mean? Of course, yeah, you could take a shower, you know, you could get the best of soaps and lotions or whatever, but these fragrances that they're making, these people want us to smell good. You know, these fragrances, they're making it for me and they're making it for you. They want us to smell good, all of us. So why not reward these people for their hard work that they're working for us, you know. So if you like this video, give me a like, share it, and leave a comment again if you ever wondered how come your fragrance doesn't last all day, or how come you don't get any compliments. And I'll see you in the next one.